Hi everyone, welcome to today's reading. Today we will be focusing on distinguishing some distinct energies in your lifetime throughout your timeline regarding your past situations, your present, and your future. We're going to be looking into detail to where you've been, where you are, and where you are headed. We will use Oracle as well as Tarot to identify those three distinct timelines. While they do essentially occur simultaneously and overlap, and they all are impacting each other at once, we're going to divide them time-wise for the purpose of clarity on distinct situations throughout each timeline. So I will be using a combination of Oracle and Tarot to lay out 3 rows, the 3 timelines, so that we can clearly see those energies. And then we will finish with advice from spirit guides. I'll be using my spirit animal deck to pull a few cards to receive some advice. I actually already pulled those cards as well as the Oracle. I will be pulling the Tarot as I start the reading. So there are 3 piles to choose from today. I am not going to reveal the Tarot card today, but it is going to serve as a identifier to the overall energies of what we're picking up on. I will reveal it at each pile, so go ahead and use your intuition. Take some time here to sit with the cards and choose your correct pile, but I will show you the crystals up close. So we have pile 1 with the fish. We have pile 2, the koala bear. And pile 3 is the mushroom. So check the timestamp in the description and I will see you at your reading. Hey pile 1, welcome to your reading. Let's go ahead and reveal the tarot card right away. Let's see, we have the Magician. Very cool. Awesome. We're going to put these to the side here as a reminder for what drew you to the pile. So let's go ahead. I'm going to lay out 3 rows, starting with Oracle, 2 Oracle cards from 2 different decks, and then I'm going to expand on each row with Tarot. And these rows are going to represent where you've been, where you are, and where you're going. At the very end, we'll pull some advice to help you better align with this pathway or to help you remain on the pathway. So let's go ahead. I have already drawn the Oracle. We'll start with your past or where you have been. Here is continuance with apple. And the second Oracle for where you have been is preparation. I'm going to go ahead and pull the Tarot to expand upon your past energies. So for pile 1, where have they been? What energy have they maybe stepped out of, or they've continued to carry along with them, but maybe it's more so on the back burner? We have Ace of Pentacles. Where has pile 1 been? The Hermit. The Four of Wands. Past energies for pile 1. We have the King of Cups. And I think 2 more. I have this one here with the Moon. And our final card, past energies for pile 1, where they have been. What are they stepping out of? The Two of Swords. So it looks like in your past, it feels like you had been in process of some project, in process of some development, but really it looks like to me that maybe this was more stagnant. Maybe there really wasn't too great of strides in forward movement in the past. It looks like I'm picking up here with Four of Wands that came out, as well as with the Hermit. It seems like I'm getting this feeling of the world kept turning while you were trying to make this progress. It's like you were just kind of hunkered down with the Hermit energy. You were focused on progression, but at the same time you had other responsibilities. The Four of Wands can be about a celebration or just a big moment in life. This feels like other aspects of life are continuing to move, continuing to turn. Like maybe I'm definitely thinking of a wedding, which is what is associated with Four of Wands quite often, but I'm also thinking of you attending graduations, you attending performances, you attending weddings, things like this that you are showing up for, big events happening in other aspects of life, or essentially not involving you, involving the people in your life. And I get this feeling of, you're showing up to these events, maybe there's family and friends there, maybe they're asking you, how's it going? And it's just hard to speak about it because you had been in the thick of it. Like you were really just really kind of chugging along and making slow strides, but strides that of course would add up to a greater achievement. Two of Swords can be about a decision or not seeing the outcome or not seeing a certain option. So this could be, again, you're so early on in the process to which you don't necessarily have a clue yet as to what the outcome could be. You haven't quite opened up to greater possibilities or to greater outcomes. You haven't quite expanded to be able to see the full picture because it was very much so in the beginning process. And I saw 555 on the timer, so this could be something that eventually did change for you, but we will find out. This was your past energy. We will find out by looking into the current and then the future. So again, just with continuance and preparation, Ace of Pentacles, beginnings, the Hermit just kind of hunkering down and working things on your own, whilst other things are happening, like regarding like emotional achievement, such as, again, wedding, graduation, like just very emotional, self-fulfilling, self-gratifying events with King of Cups is what you had been in attendance for. Or it could have been involving you as well, but not quite in the area that you are behind the scenes striving towards and working on with the Moon. Yes, okay, let's go ahead and we're gonna pull for your current. I wanna find out where this ended up heading, or where it is currently. So we have Wisdom. I'm gonna end up covering that up. And then we had, for current energy, we had Luck. Okay. We'll go ahead and pull some tarot for pile 2. Can we elaborate on these current energies with Wisdom and Luck regarding what we just looked into for the past? We have 4 of Cups. Pile 1, current energies. The 7 of Pentacles. Pile 1, current situation, where they are currently in this progression. Feel this one, the strength card. Pile 1, their current state of being. Here's 2, the Empress, the 5 of Pentacles, as well as the 8 of Cups. Yeah, so with your current state, with what's going on right now for you in regards to what we picked up on for your past, I did get a feeling of you have elevated in some way as to how you are viewing the situation and the progression that you have made. I do see that you have definitely progressed with 7 of Pentacles. This can be about just kind of being in that everyday flow of continuing to nurture a project rather than being Ace of Pentacles in your past. You've now progressed to 7 of Pentacles. So you are making steady strides. I feel like this is definitely some project that you're working on, whether it is just a passion project or something that you're hoping to be fulfilling as a career for you, whatever it may be. I do feel like it is something that you aren't necessarily like going to school for or anything like that. It feels like something you are crafting in your free time. So I think you have had some areas of luck with it. You've been able to acknowledge those kind of bumps in the road, as well as the speed, not speed bumps, but the things that, these aren't even, okay, whatever, in Mario Kart, when you drive over and it makes you speed up and go really fast. You've had both of these occur throughout your progression, and you've acknowledged those areas that allowed you to flourish and to expand the work you've done. You acknowledge that you have had luck, and it's the driving force that's been able to keep you continuing on this path. Just the knowing, you know that the luck that you've experienced, you feel that this is very affirming towards the fact that you should be doing this, that this is your correct timeline. It's kind of just like little reminders here and there that let you know that you are supported in this, and you are being given these situations because you were meant to continue on, and you are meant to be provided with resources that help you progress. There could be a little bit of work to do with accepting this. Again, I said that you did have speed bumps as well as areas that allowed you to make quick forward movement, but it kind of feels like that energy of 1 step forward, 3 steps back, to be honest. And I don't think that this is anything concrete stopping you. I think it could be some aspect of getting burnt out mentally, or just getting kind of down about your progression. With strength, I want to say with the Empress here, this also feels like a little bit of stagnation to me in terms of growing and elevating a project. And then what was coming through when I pulled 5 of Pentacles was that you might have some fear about losing, or about just not being able to sustain or to grow further what it is you're building. You feel like maybe you're stuck where you are, or that you're gonna lose it. And so this is telling me that, or what could be coming through is that you have acknowledged these lucky areas where you've been provided with resources, with connections, whatever it may be, that allows you to elevate and boost yourself forward with a higher speed. But again, you are also having a few setbacks naturally, which is something no one is exempt from, I believe, on a journey that is worthwhile. So what I'm trying to say here, connecting the Five of Pentacles with the Empress, is that maybe you are feeling lacking in how many resources you are being presented with, but the Empress is pregnant. She is currently nurturing something, and I'm thinking of when you are in different stages of pregnancy, or also just different stages of raising a child, you need different things. When she is pregnant, she is not going to prioritize buying toddler clothing for her child. She is going to focus on what is currently needed, and that is what I am feeling, is that you feel that there is some lack, but if you can make the connect, I saw 5-5 on the timer again. Again, yes, you feel like there is some lack in what is being provided to you, but this is telling you that what you need will come at the appropriate time. There is no need to worry about taking things step by step, baby steps, focusing on what's in front of you currently, what you need currently, and letting that take you where it does, because then what you need next, it might change, it might be different. There is no sense in buying buying toddler clothes for your newborn. Nurture things where they're at, and when the time is appropriate, it will come natural to choose the next, or to have the next best resource make its way toward you. 8 of Cups is telling me that you will be able to walk away from this thinking. You will be able to understand. You will be able to just look forward and not think about everything that's occurred throughout the journey. You are able to move along from that and not be concerned with how things have played out in the past as far as what you've been able to work with in progression to your project. You will not be concerned with that. Rather, you will just be looking ahead and understanding, embarking on this journey and trusting, releasing trust to the universe, into yourself, to determine the next best step at all times, or to find the next best resource, or to be surprised with the next best resource. Gaining that wisdom to be able to distinguish what is needed and what is not, and clearing out the what is not is going to allow your mental space to work more clearly with what you do have, and what your outcome will be a higher quality. Your quality of life in general will be higher because you will not be weighed down by unnecessary concerns. Worry over nothing. No need to worry is what's coming through. Let's go ahead and get some more clarity on where this is headed with your future energies, what you will be stepping into. Here we have transition and patience. Change is coming, change is on the way. Patience is required while this is in the works. You are just either in the current or in the very near future beginning to embark on this new mindset in your current. So I do think that your future, it could be, speaking of a nearby future in the next few months, and the fact that it is still speaking of a transition period and being patient, I don't think is something you should be discouraged by, because I do think that the timeline it is speaking of is not drawn out once you're able to step into an energy of releasing and of better discernment of what to focus your mental on as you are making strides in your project. So let's further elaborate here for pile 1. Here we have the Ace of Wands. Okay. With pile 1, what are they moving toward? What is their future? Where are they headed in regards to what we've spoken on so far? So here's the Knight of Pentacles. Very good. The Hanged Man. For pile 1, where are they headed? More information for pile 1. The King of Pentacles. And 2 more. Here they are. The Sun. Oh my gosh, guys. The Sun and the Star. This is a happy outcome. This is a successful outcome. King of Pentacles. We have Knight of Pentacles quickly becoming King of Pentacles after some other breakthrough. I don't think it has to be a super dramatic breakthrough. It's just something is clicking. And I don't think that there's anything they're asking you to do in order to achieve this moment with the Hanged Man, where he is seeing things from a new perspective, and he comes out King of Pentacles. Like Knight of Pentacles to Hanged Man to King of Pentacles, like just a complete flip, a complete 180 here. Knight of Pentacles is not the fastest moving card in the tarot deck. It is more pentacle energy in general, is more of a slow, steady process, which I think should be embraced, because that requires that what you're working on is so valuable that it benefits from gentle nurturing, from taking time to grow. Great things are going to grow with time for you, and through this transition period that is happening in the near future for you, continuing to practice patience, and totally like a breakthrough moment I'm seeing. I kind of hate to give you guys that as like the advice, just wait for like a breakthrough. Maybe that's a little frustrating, but I think it could be helpful to think back on all the times that you have identified like a really, again, lucky moment, which it seems like you definitely did here with the current energy we read. So it could be helpful for you to kind of reflect on and identify aspects of moments throughout your life that you did have this sudden inspiration. What is it that got you to start the project in the first place? I think rediscovering that with Ace of Wands, finding this new spark of inspiration, is going to automatically transform what you're working on. If you go back and you reflect on the passion you have, the love you have for it, why it is that you stuck with it this whole time, I think you might get more of a pep in your step towards progress to it. And then, furthermore, I think you will have another moment where you completely like flip it on its head and break it down, and maybe you cleanse it a bit, maybe you adjust things, and before you know it, you flip this thing around and it's become a fully realized thing. You've become more connected with the goal that you had in mind from the first place, and that in itself, I think, is what's changing how you view it, how you view the success you've had and the riches you've acquired so far, that is how you become King of Pentacles, and this thing just becomes of great value suddenly, simply because of how you have clarified your purpose and intention for it, and you become in touch with the driving force behind it, and naturally what follows is progression. With renewed inspiration comes renewed action, and so the action comes quite effortlessly. It may be something that really is bringing you joy now, and so it's easy to intuitively determine next steps and to follow just what you feel is right, because at the end of the day, this is your baby, this is your project that you are nurturing, and you have the power to shift and shape it to fully embody the intention that you want it to. And the outcome because of this is successful. The Sun and the Star cards are two of the most hopeful cards in the tarot deck, in my opinion. The Sun is speaking for itself with just how much joy is exuding. She's also pregnant in this one. So I think that you're finding joy and success, but it's also a continued process. Like, you don't mind continuing to hold your project, to hold your baby for a while longer, if that means that it is better nourished and that it is likely to be strong and independent once you feel that you can release some control, release a little bit of care, and let it do its own growing. Maybe releasing towards, you will reach a point where you don't necessarily have to be putting in this hard work and drive and push and making all this progress. I think you are reaching a point where you have achieved some kind of outcome or change in mindset towards your work to it. You maybe are releasing control to the universe. You're releasing control in some aspect. And that detachment, that release, I think that this is speaking of the potential that your situation has, that your project has. It's hopeful, it's optimistic. The potential to grow is never ending unless you decide to seize the project. Truly, that's what's coming through. So I think this came together nicely. I hope that this made sense to you. It felt very clear in the timeline. Let me know if you have any questions to clarify, but I will go ahead and pull some spirit animal cards. I pulled these when I pulled the oracle at the beginning as well, so we will see how those tie things together and how they resonate. I have 3 cards. Let's go ahead and pull them for advice and guidance to remain on this path or to align better with this path that we have laid out in front of us, past, present, and future. Ant Spirit with Time to Collaborate. The Bobcat Spirit with Life is a Mystery. And the Badger Spirit with Be Fearless and Bold. Yeah, speaking of progress in your project, collaborating with others might be beneficial. Maybe this isn't a project that is meant to honestly have any players within it, but I think this might be speaking of reaching a point where you are able to more confidently share with others, because again, what we spoke of in the past energy was how maybe you're in attendance of the world is continuing to turn, things are still happening all around you and for you, but regarding other aspects of life. And I thought of how maybe people are asking you for updates, that kind of thing, and you don't quite have a clear answer, which is completely normal for something in progress. But anyway, this could be saying that releasing, I want to say, like, embarrassment or being timid to, like, speak on what it is you've done, releasing that fear with Be Fearless and Bold, truly releasing that fear of what others think is going to help you reach this breakthrough where you're more focused on what it is that inspired you in the first place, and that how exhilarating it was to you, how passionate you are about it, reconnecting with that and fearlessly and shamelessly speaking on what it is you have in progress could help you in ways that now you are having more people who are on your side. I don't think that people will take it negatively. I think that the confidence and the fearlessness that you exhibit with what you've done so far, as well as how you speak on what you're working on, makes people kind of jump on board almost instantly. Like, you are truly selling your product, I'm gonna say, and people are on board so long as you give them the chance to, so long as you provide them with the information that allows them to admire what you're doing and that allows them to be inspired, maybe even to help you in ways that you don't have to ask for. And then Bobcat Spirit, I think this, the star and Life is a Mystery here, releasing some control, admiring the different twists and turns that occurred on your journey, because it is kind of entertaining that life is a mystery, in my opinion. And you're just kind of admiring that, and you're accepting the fact that what you've set in motion, it's not going to slow down now that it's in motion, unless, again, you completely seize the project. So you therefore have the freedom and the right to release some control. In fact, this can be beneficial to you in progressing the project, practicing some level of detachment from the outcome, knowing that the outcome is happy and promising and optimistic is what they want you to know right now, your guides, and the specifics could essentially still be up in the air, or they are still moving parts and works in progress. And so the beauty and the mystery of it all is something you should embrace. It's exciting, and it means that your outcome is a surprise, which is kind of fun. Yeah, this is really promising. I feel like this is pretty realistic. I think, if anything, this can help you just release any feeling of lack or feeling of being behind or feeling of being alone, because I think that this is a very realistic journey that the universe lays out for us, and it's very much dependent on correct timing, I believe, and personal ascension and growth. So I think that your outcome is there for you, but it wouldn't be worth a journey unless you also achieved some personal growth out of it and ascension. So I am very happy with these messages. I hope that this provided some clarity for you. If you are working on something specifically and you are like comfortable sharing, it'd be really cool to hear what it is you're working on, and connect with you on that. So let me know. But otherwise, thank you for letting me do this reading for you, and I hope your day is lovely, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Hey there, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. We're going to go ahead and reveal the tarot card to start here. So you have the Hierophant. Alright, we will place this to the side as a reminder for what drew you to the pile, and we will proceed with checking in on your past situations, where you have been with Oracle, one card from 2 different decks. So 2 cards in total, and then we will expand upon that with Tarot before proceeding with your current and then your future energies, where you are headed ultimately. So here is your first card for your past. You have courage. And we had satisfaction. Okay. Let's go ahead and expand upon these with tarot. So for pile 2, can we get some more information on where they have been? How can we read into the oracle that has been revealed to us so far? Wow, so we have the Knight of Cups, and then we have the Three of Cups. Okay. What else do we have for pile 2 for where they have been? Let's see this one. The Two of Wands. Pile 2, past energies. The Lovers. Okay. We elaborate with 2 more cards for pile 2. The King of Cups. And last card. And the Three of Wands. Okay. So I get a feeling of, so I do want to connect the Hierophant which came through, because this is kind of what I was picking up on, is that aspect of tradition, traditional way to do things, traditional timelines in life, how to deal with relationships, how to what moves are appropriate according to society or according to people in your life. What do they view as an appropriate next move with your situation? So what I want to say is, with courage and with satisfaction that came out as your oracle cards for your past energies, I feel that there was some situation that you were essentially fulfilled in emotional aspects with King of Cups, lots of cup energy, which is emotional water signs. We have Knight of Cups, which can be an offering, a love offering, a friendship offering, some kind of connection. Three of Cups as well is about connection with others, having good times with friends, that kind of thing, as well as the Lovers. You could have had beautiful, or maybe you do still maintain them, but you showing me that in your past you had been surrounded by beautiful connections, a beautiful community, people attracted to you, wanting to reach out to you, wanting to connect. But I think that on your part, there was some aspect of dissatisfaction with the stage of life that you were in, and I'm thinking that this was related to location. I'm thinking that maybe in this time in your life you prioritize travel, in new experiences, in inserting yourself in new environments, in new communities. It seems like this is a priority to you in your past over continuing with the connections that you did have in the state of being or the place of being that you were. So I'm getting something about maybe you did end up moving or getting up and leaving all of this behind. I don't think that this was like a like you've completely cut ties with these connections. I do think that your sense of adventure naturally has required you to move on. At least physically, you were no longer in the direct vicinity of these connections, and this was a really courageous thing to do. It's that aspect of like, why are you leaving if you have everything you need? But everything you need was through the perspective of others and everything they need. They don't understand your individual needs, what you are satisfied by with satisfaction here. You're seeking something different. And I do think that that was essentially travel with Two of Wands and with Three of Wands. Two of Wands is like you've just kind of gotten the idea, you have your eye on the prize, you are figuring out where it is you would like to go, or you are at least at the beginning stages of having that sense of adventure instilled within you and feeling kind of restless and just preparing, getting things in motion to relocate. Three of Wands is when you, again, I think you are more pinpointed on a target. She is pointing her wand towards something in the distance and she is directed toward it. I think you became more clear on what you wanted to do, and either you put that into action and you've gone on this adventure, or you've relocated, or I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Really, that's what I'm getting, is like moving away from people because you want to travel and have adventure. And also, I think that part of what inspired you to do it is that you are King of Cups, and you've seen that you are capable of connecting, and you are actually seeking greater connection. Maybe you are seeking people who are in the same mindset as you. It could have been that what made it easier for you to determine that a certain connection maybe wasn't for you. Or maybe, I want to say with the Lovers, I want to say that this could be someone who's in your life who you did have to make a tough decision to step away distance-wise from the connection. And I feel with King of Cups that they would actually encourage you to do that, and they maybe you're not necessarily in the position to travel as well, or not as inspired for travel like you are, but I think that they completely can understand, and they see that longing in you, and they're actually like actively encouraging you to go after it, because they know that you're happy where you are, but they also can sense definitely the dissatisfaction or feeling a bit bored with a certain routine or like mundane structure in your life. And so they see that in you, and they're supportive toward you in pursuing what you want. And I think that they do have some aspect of like this is them kind of sitting waiting for your return, or waiting for you to leave. They're like, okay, not that your decision was dependent on someone else verifying it for you or telling you to do it or encouraging you, but they're kind of in this waiting mode of like, well, there's no other option that I had other than speaking the truth I feel, which is that I want you to go out and do this for yourself. But also, now that I have told them that and encouraged them, now I feel like kind of just a sitting duck, this person waiting for you to decide where you're going to go. And it's almost like they're like, oh man, like what have I signed myself up for? Because this person is absolutely going to go seek an adventure now. And I'm just kind of waiting here for them to surprise me and say, hey, I booked a flight tomorrow. You know, they are waiting, as well as they are going to be looking out for you and checking in on you, but not in a way of like selfishly, like I need you to affirm for me that you are still thinking of me, like not like that, but rather they are definitely a emotionally intelligent person if they are still in your life or currently, because I see that the way that they kind of send you off on this adventure is in understanding that they know where they stand, and they know that you are a bit of an untamable spirit, and so that this is something they kind of accepted as like a term and condition when it comes to being with you. And so they are not surprised. They kind of saw this coming, and they are prepared, and I think you are worth the wait, or you are at least worth them wanting to check in on you while respecting your boundary of doing this on your own. They're finding the perfect balance of checking in on you and making sure that you are okay. Hey, can I get an update? Where are you? I'm just curious. I'd love to know what you're up to. And I want you to know that I'm supporting you through it, and I'm here if you decide to make a pit stop back home. Like, that's kind of what it is. So you guys have a pretty chill person in your life. Definitely if this is resonating with you so far. So again, I think this was the beginnings of you itching to invite more adventure into your life, was your past, where you have been. So let's go ahead and look into the current. We're gonna see if, we'll see if you took a leap of faith. I guess you already know, but I'm gonna find out. Longevity. As well as mischief. What are y'all up to? Okay. Can we get some tarot to elaborate on what has occurred after this situation for pile 2, what their current is? Queen of Swords. Okay. Take this one too. King of Pentacles. Anything else for pile 2? The Hierophant. Okay. Anything else? Pile 2, current. Knight of Swords. Page of Wands. And one more. Pile 2, their current. Two of Swords. Okay, so the first thing that I picked up on was with the King of Pentacles. My first thought was, you know, how, I don't want to say it's not possible. I guess if you're able to get up and leave and travel as such, then it could be possible that you have a solid financial foundation to be able to do that. I know that that's not always necessary to travel. Like, there are definitely ways to work around a budget, things like that. So I was a little bit, I wasn't thinking that this was the traditional meaning of King of Pentacles, which is like prosperity, long-term wealth, very secure and stable. I think that this is telling about how you could have actually made a move to a different country, or you're on like a long-term stay there, and you could be feeling abundant in the fact that your living circumstances are very affordable. Like, naturally, maybe it is the place you have moved to, the country, that if you're in the US, essentially money there equates to less than our standard metrics here in the US. Things are cheaper, and so you're able to your money goes a lot further than it would in the place that you were living, and so you are very much so provided for there. You could have even, like, I don't think that you were working in this time, but I think that, yeah, I don't think you're working with the Hierophant to make money. I think that you were really just living in this place. Like, I see you really integrated in the community. Again, you understand how things work there, you understand how to use your money, you've learned where to go to acquire what it is you need, supplies, food, living spaces, that kind of thing. And you don't need, you're not working, you are fully integrated in this community and embracing it. You're taking some time off for sure, and again, you've made connections with people who guide you as well and have kind of almost brought you in. I'm getting an image of like you're walking the street and someone pulls you in like, hey, we're having this group meditation right now, this yoga, like come on in, we have space. And you're just kind of pulled into these situations where you're able to connect and meet with others and get these really rich experiences that don't require you to pay for them, or that cost, or that are affordable in cost, to where in other places you might live it would not be the same. So I do think you are kind of with mischief here. It could be beneficial to you to not let yourself become too to remember your roots and where you're from. Like if someone were to text you and say, hey, just checking in on you, how are things going? I think it would be wise to give them a quick response, to be honest, because I think that there could be people in your life who are a little bit, it does give them anxiety to know that they don't know what you're doing ever. I think if you value the people in your life that are concerned for you, I think this is a message here to, while you are having fun, while you are having all these new experiences, take the time to shoot a quick text back and say, just something quick. Doesn't have to take a long time, or at least to say, I'm busy now, but I will make time to call you in a few days. Just honing in on communication is almost like the price to pay for being in this free-spirited energy where you are out on this adventure. It's important to let people know that you are safe and cared for. That is what I'm feeling. Let's see, with Knight of Swords as well as with Page of Wands and the Two of Swords over here on the right, I think this is also about, once you've begun this journey, or maybe you haven't quite yet, maybe this is predictions for what you're about to embark on, but I think that these three cards here, again, are evident of the kind of continuous cycle and that internal drive and force you have for continued adventure. This is speaking of constantly finding detours and little side missions to go on, and like he's following the cat here. This way he is like leading the way. It's kind of a combination here. She doesn't see where she's aiming, but there are people, guides there, making sure that it is correct. And so I think that there is an equal combination of you taking inspired action or following others to seek out new experience, new adventure, new connection, as well as you actively deciding that's what you want and seeking it out. Like there's one aspect where you've made connections that they bring you along and show you new things, but another aspect where you were adventurous on your own. You were exploring on your own and learning new things, and you could eventually become knowledgeable in your own adventures, and you can embody the energy where you are leading someone else to show them what it is that you discovered on an endeavor. So very adventurous pile 2 here. I'm going to take a drink and then we will continue with your future energy. Okay, Let's pull the oracle here. For the future, we have fertility. I think I want to tie that into longevity. I didn't quite hit on that in the current energy, but that was significant to me. And then we have happiness. Yes, okay. Some tarot we're going to pull to expand on the future for pile 2. Where are they headed? Pile 2. Five of Cups. Pile 2's future. Four of Pentacles. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. And a couple more for pile 2 for their future. Where are they headed? The Fool. Okay. And the Two of Cups. Okay. So in your current, you have longevity, which feels like this is something you are committed to. This isn't a short-term endeavor or adventure or time to live somewhere new. Fertility is like you are planting roots somewhere, maybe still not permanently. I don't think permanently, but you have kind of landed somewhere for the time being, more so than you ever had before. You are less on the move than you had been before. You have found somewhere to kind of hunker down, at least for a little bit, and you feel comfortable embracing more significant connections here because you do feel like this is somewhere I'm going to be for a significant amount of time, and this is somewhere worthwhile to plant some deeper roots in. And this is somewhere where I'm going to cultivate happiness, and this is somewhere where maybe certain aspects are coming to a head, such as, again, with the fact that you are feeling comfortable to establish yourself more permanently in a space. This could be due to the fact where you are reaching a point with Five of Cups as well as with Four of Pentacles where you would like to expand in that way financially. You would like to be more provided for in terms of resources. Like I'm not saying like you've gone broke or anything, but you're kind of like, okay, I think it's time that I want to make a little money. I want to do some work. And this is that you feeling established enough in a place to insert yourself into a workplace as well with Ace of Pentacles and to nurture that again with Queen of Pentacles. You are feeling comfortable to settle down, settle into where you are, and cultivate a community, cultivate financial success for yourself, cultivate more stability and fertility with abundance. The Fool, this could be more of a leap of faith than anything you've done before. Not that you're scared, but this is the most, like, I want to say nervous you've felt about a decision you're making, or this is a decision that has required more faith and trust for you, which I think could be opposite than what others may feel. Like others might have felt more apprehensive and afraid to embark on a traveling journey, I want to say solo, definitely to a different country, whatever it is. Others might feel more apprehensive and scared about that, and in turn they would feel comforted by and yeah, just it would be more comfortable to them to settle down somewhere. And for you, it feels like the opposite, where the aspect of settling down and planting roots is more requiring of like a leap of faith or trust for you. Like you weren't concerned with travel in the first place. What is scarier to you is like embracing connections into your life, allowing yourself to become integrated, not as like this new friend in the community, someone we want to take along and show all these places, but rather you are part of their routine now. Like you walk down the street and you say good morning to the same people every time, like 33 on the camera, like you are allowing yourself to feel truly part of a community. Two of Cups is also coming through with that. You are allowing a deeper connection into your life. I feel that this is some sort of love connection that I see. Once you have established your roots somewhere and opened yourself up to that possibility, the lack of previous connection in other areas may have been from the understanding from others that this is a person who has made it very clear that they no attachments, I'm here for a good time, not a long time, like that kind of thing. But here they are seeing you open up into this more vulnerable energy, and they see and admire how you have connected with their community, and the inspiration they have to connect with you is, I want to say, is confirmation for you that this is what you were supposed to do. This is who you were supposed to allow into your life, and where, and also at the right time. And this is what I see for your future. I would love to know if you relate to this, because I feel this was pretty specific with like aspects of travel and relocation and aspects of different feelings around connection, around being solo, around being independent. So if you relate to this, if this was resonating for you, I would love to hear more about your situation and connect with you on it. So leave a comment if so, but let's finish off the reading. I don't want to leave you hanging with some advice from spirit guides, and these I had already pulled at the beginning, so we're going to pull them now. I think I got 4 cards, so quite a few, but we're going to pull those and see how they tie into the overall message for your past, current, and future. So we have Parrot Spirit with Watch Your Words. So we're, again, with the perception that others might have of you, which is that this is a person who doesn't want commitment right now. They've made it very clear that they're a free bird. They don't want to be tied down. If this is something you are looking to kind of tweak, or something you are looking to move away from, which is totally okay to change what you want. As life evolves, what we want changes. It is totally okay to say, well, now I'm willing to accept some things into my life. And so if you're in the habit of really displaying like a dominant personality that is unique to you, of like, well, I'm just this, like independent person, like I don't need anyone, blah, blah, blah. Watch your words a little bit. If you don't want that to be your truth anymore, then speak a little differently. Allow a little bit more of openness and warmness towards others in these communities that you're finding yourself in, so that they may pick up on the fact that once they pick up on your openness, it's go time for them to enter into that and explore that. So if you tweak how you speak about the circumstances you would like for yourself, it's just factual that others will believe that that's true. Speak your truth. Speak accurately about how you're feeling, even if it's changed dramatically from how you felt days ago, a week ago, whatever it may be. Okay. Butterfly spirit with transformation is beautiful. Again, not being afraid. All the vibrant color, the rainbow on the bird, on the parrot, as well as the butterfly. Don't be afraid of changing, you don't owe anyone consistency in how you feel, and like things change. You don't owe anyone consistency. You can transform and change. And if you are truly dedicated to that, which can be on your own terms as far as how long you are dedicated to something or how intensely, as long as you're communicating that and being truthful in how you show up and speak in the world and how you express your intention and your desires, then everything will fall into place. It's beautiful to be able to be open to transformation. And we had our last two here with give with gratitude and grace. Okay. And one more. The grasshopper spirit with take a leap of faith. Yep. With the fool. Turkey spirit says to give with gratitude and grace. When you are more integrated into a community, when you've taken that leap of faith to allow that deeper connection, this is the result, is that giving and receiving, a strong community, a community that has each other's backs, and you are opening yourself up to that, and it's really, really beautiful to kind of come back around to what you had at the beginning and fully see that cycle. You understand the cycle that is required for you when you start to feel stagnant with your situation, and so you found yourself again connecting with a community, fully integrated. You pick up on others' needs as well as they give you what they see that you could benefit from having, and this is all the result of taking a leap of faith in that you have opened yourself up to it and released control. Yes. So pile 2, I hope that these messages were helpful for you. Again, let me know if anything resonated for you, and I really, really hope and wish you success, and I hope that that sense of adventure and excitement is fulfilled for you, but at the same time, I hope that you allow those that want to connect with you into your life. And I'm wishing you the best in this situation. Stay safe, healthy, and happy, and I will see you in your next reading. Bye! Hey Pile 3, welcome to your messages. We'll go ahead and reveal your tarot card right away. This might have some significance or kind of act as like an overarching energy to the cards we pulled today, which will signify where you have been, where you are currently, and where this path is taking you. So let's reveal that. The King of Pentacles. Very good. I'm going to place that over to the side as a reminder for what drew you to the pile, as well as to potentially reference. So let's go ahead. We're going to lay out like 3 rows today for past, current, and future, starting with 2 oracle cards, and I will expand on each timeline one at a time with tarot cards. Let's go ahead and take a look into the past, where you have been, Pile 3. First we have focus, and then one more. We have mischief. Okay. Can we elaborate on these 2 energies for Pile 3, where they have been? What is this speaking of to their past? 3 of Cups. Anything else for Pile 1? We want cards to elaborate on their past situation. Ace of Swords. Four of Swords. Ten of Wands. Two more for pile 3, please. Eight of Cups. Very clear idea. One more for pile 3. Here it is. We have the Ace of Cups. So this could be, as I get going here, if you're resonating with the energy that's come through so far, you might benefit from checking out pile 2. I will say that was a pretty specific event that we elaborated on in pile 2, but the reason I'm saying that you could check that out is because of the similarity in terms of aspects of relationships in the past, as well as this Mischief card came out. So let me expand now on what's in front of you right here, pile 3, but just letting you know to check out pile 2 if you feel called to. Anyway, so what I first noticed was kind of the duality here of focus versus mischief. This is telling me that your natural state of being is more so focused, is responsible, is independent, is, I want to say, a rule follower. And then with mischief, I'm getting this aspect of maybe relationships in your life with 3 of Cups that came out as the first tarot card, that maybe in your past there were friendships that were a bit unruly, like maybe you guys not necessarily got into trouble together, but you just been kind of messing around for too long. You've kind of outgrown that energy of, like, I don't know, just being, like, pulling pranks, like being like childish, essentially. You are a mature being. I see with 4 of Swords, Ace of Swords, you are intellectual, you have a lot that you could speak on and elaborate on that is not quite appropriate to share with this group that you've been hanging around. There is so much more within you in terms of intellect and in terms of emotional intelligence and capacity that just isn't these friendships you have cultivated, or the specific friendship that it is speaking on, is not the right place for you to be able to be seen in that light, or to be able to speak on it and share what it is that the knowledge you possess, the emotional intelligence you have. These friendships in the past were not serving that aspect of you. They were playful, they were fun, but you were feeling like it's time for a deep, like at the end of the day, I see here 4 of Swords, she's resting at the end of the day. Maybe this is like, whew, deep breath, like just got back from hanging out with these people. I just keep wanting to say like maybe you guys got into some trouble, like I don't know, and you take your hat off and you lay down and you're like, just a sigh of relief that, oh my gosh, I'm home. What the heck did I just get myself into? Like, this is where I am. This is who I am right here in my home, comfortable, restful in my bed. This is where I am thriving. I'm not seeking the same. I do not wish to participate in the activities that these people are. And then what came through with 10 of Wands as well as with 8 of Cups is definitely an aspect of you acknowledging that this is something no longer serving you, at least to an extent as much as it had been in the past, potentially. You're realizing that this is something that if you had to choose one thing to drop, which is what 10 of Wands is about having too heavy of a load, having too much on your plate. If there is one thing that you think of first when it comes to something to cut out of your life, or at least cut back on, it would be these relationships that you find yourself in situations that you do not desire to engage in. And so, Eight of Cups, I see that you had moved away from this. I do see that you have separated yourself from the situation. And Ace of Cups, you've started fresh, expanding upon your own inner desire for fulfillment. You've grown so much more in embracing your emotional nature, how intelligent you are in that aspect. And it's something that you're just beginning to fully work with, because you don't have any fear of judgment towards what people in your life, or towards what a specific person or group of people would think about it. You have the freedom to rein that in, and you're enjoying understanding that aspect of yourself deeper, more in a deeper sense, with which you did not have the capacity to do while you were engaging actively with people who directly contradict your nature. Your cup, I wanted to say Queen of Cups nature, I think that is accurate. These people that do not see you for your potential, and they did not place you on as high of a pedestal as you deserve to be. I want to say they missed out on connecting with you emotionally and being open and available to the friendship that you could have provided, which would have been one that was very fulfilling for them and reciprocating energy to help each other, to uplift each other. This is something that you were not able to demonstrate. So regardless, you have moved on, or you are in the early process of moving on, is what I see for your past. I'm going to go ahead and move towards the current right now, so we will pull 2 more oracle. Leadership, as well as modest fortitude. This is one of my favorite cards in this deck. I will elaborate on it further, but let's pull tarot to get more specifics on how they have moved out of this past energy and what their current is looking and feeling like. 4 of Pentacles. Okay. King of Swords. The Empress. For pile 3, can we get some more specifics? Seven of Swords. Five of Pentacles. And last one, the 10 of Cups. Leadership and modest fortitude were the oracle for your current, for where you are. And this feels like you are in the beginnings of stepping into an energy where you are open to, you almost feel like it's risky to open yourself up to others and invite them into your experience, but you are finding in this stage the potential you have for leadership. You are feeling that just in the fact that when you look back on what it is you've done so far, your journey so far, the way you've moved along from relationships that don't serve you, you have practiced this very noble energy that this horse oracle card gives off with the phrase modest fortitude. It is like you are not, this is graceful persistence as well. Like, this is the energy of working on something while not actively advertising it, while not essentially like speaking on it, kind of keeping it to yourself and just going at it on your own terms. It's something that doesn't really require for you to speak on and let others know what it is that you're doing, like this work that you're doing, because it's just like an inevitable internal transformation that's happening where you are honing these qualities you have of being emotionally intuitive, in understanding that sense of yourself, that more emotional, soft side. And it's something that you don't have to speak on because it will just appear in your nature and in the way that you show up in the world. I would say the same is true. That is why the horse was chosen for that card, because in the guidebook it speaks on how the horse is such a beautiful, strong, like majestic and graceful animal, yet they hold so much power, and yet they don't there's nothing they need to do to prove that to anyone other than just being and taking the shape and the form that they do and showing up in the world the way that they do. Just exudes the energy of modest fortitude, of continuing to put in the work, but doing it gracefully, and you're doing it for yourself, so there is no need to express it to others. Now, naturally, I think that this is going to eventually put you into a leadership role, again, where people see how it is you're showing up, and I'm seeing like you've kind of been MIA from your friends for a while, like maybe this friend group that wasn't quite beneficial to you or uplifting to you. I'm seeing that they're almost kind of keeping tabs on what you've been doing while you are not keeping tabs on them. And it's just, I don't know if you'll ever hear this from anyone or if you'll ever have it like confirmed verbally, but I do feel like others are viewing you in this light of leadership, in this light of this person has embarked on a journey that I don't understand, and yet I can tell it's happening. And I don't know how I feel about that, because I don't know what it's like for people to not tell me their secrets or tell me what they're doing, because otherwise I don't have the capacity to relate or to figure it out, because their emotional aspects are not as open or quite there yet in order to understand how it is that you can actually just step into this energy. So there are people seeing you show up this way, and I think that's just something that you should know. Let's see what else came through here. So with the Four of Pentacles, this came through and made me feel like, again, you were kind of sitting on what it is you're doing, kind of holding it inside. And with King of Swords, it appears as if he is teaching or showing us something with the sword on the book here. And so I feel like this could be the embodiment of you fully harnessing your intellect and your emotional capacity to lead and to teach others by example. The Empress as well has this nurturing capacity to her. She is pregnant in the image. I think this can also be speaking on what it is that you're cultivating within yourself naturally as you move through this process I see challenge with what appears to be somewhat of a solo journey with Seven of Swords as well as Five of Pentacles coming out. I do see challenges to being solo, or I see that maybe you are balancing something else on your plate, such as it is possible that you have a child or like a niece or a nephew or someone who is like you are a nanny for them, whatever it may be. It feels like you have, or just someone that you've chosen that you do want to be with you. She has this child with her that they're both kind of trudging through the snow together to find some shelter, to find whatever it may be. So I feel like there is someone that you want to kind of guide through this with you, or there is someone that you feel the need to also be looking out for in this time, and that is somewhat of a challenge, the aspect of essentially a requirement to care and nurture for someone else while you are actively nurturing yourself, or wanting to bring someone, and it's just something you kind of accept, but bringing them along does come with a few setbacks and like maybe things are a little bit slower because you have this person that you are encouraging to embark with you, essentially to become a better person. It's like you want someone else to try it with you, to make these changes in their life and show them what you have been exposed to and the potential that you understand is within yourself to grow, and how powerful it is to harness your emotional needs and desires. And the outcome is Ten of Cups, is wish fulfillment, is you are arriving and almost being taken in. Like now it's your turn to be taken in by others after you've gone on this journey. You are arriving, attracting like-minded people. You are attracting a community, and they are giving back to you for the work that they can tell that you have done. They are teaching you, you are learning from them, you are all connecting. That's what I'm seeing is happening currently, is that you are either actively on this path towards finding this, or you are actively balancing energies of leadership and being a student as well, or you are actively in a leadership role and, I want to say, unknowingly headed towards becoming a student again. Yeah, I think that covers everything for your current. So we want to get some more clarity on where this is headed. Has this already happened? Or are we still working towards it? Can we get some more information on the future for pile 3 with the Oracle? Longevity. And the second Oracle, we have safety. Wow. This is not a journey that is going to be short term for you. This is one that is going to continuously pour into you and open up new gates, new possibilities for you, as well as you have found this community I spoke on that is meant to be long-term in your life, or at least the experience of connecting with people is a long-term thing, or it is something that is fueling your longevity in your passion and your desire to grow as a person every day, and as well to then in turn share that with others and become a leader. Like, this is something, an inevitable journey for you is this focus that the cards are speaking on, and you are completely safe in that journey because it does feel kind of like destined for your being to go after that leadership as well as that student dynamic, and how much you can flourish and grow through that is the potential there is endless, and you are safe in doing so. Let's pull tarot to elaborate for pile 3. Can we get some details on the future, what the oracle are speaking of? Knight of Pentacles. Building things from the ground up, slow but steady progress and movement. For pile 3, felt this one, the 2 of Cups, as well as I pulled this one, which is the 3 of Swords. Can we get 2 more cards or 3 more for pile 3? Future situation, where are they headed? What is the outcome? We have the Death card. And we'll go for 2 more. There's 1. Wheel of Fortune. One more card for pile 3. 7 of Pentacles. So pile 3's current, where they are headed, I want to say that what's just come out is kind of like a, what is the word? Smorgasbord? Whatever that word is, if you know what I mean. But it feels like maybe, it just feels like very distinct, different energies coming through with the future. It's almost, especially with Wheel of Fortune and as well as with Death, it feels like this is a destined path for you, and it feels like the emotional intelligence I speak of and that comes through is the guiding force to what situations present themselves in your future. And if you are in tune with yourself, with your emotions, if you're open to receiving from others, if you're open to connection, then it feels like what follows is all these mini kind of death and rebirth situations where you are constantly evolving, you are constantly taking in new information, digesting it, and it changes you. And this is a long-term, I feel this is a long-term cycle. This kind of Wheel of Fortune as well, fortunate situations coming your way, fortunate events and resources coming your way. I feel like you are in for a fun ride. 2 of Cups as well, like energies from all 4 suits coming through. 3 suits coming through with Cups, Swords, and Pentacles. Life could just be kind of like, just feel a lot easier in the future. Maybe it's not so much about like actively planning and striving toward goals, because we're not picking up any wand energy in this future for the last row that we pulled. I think that rather, I'm seeing here with the book, the journal, it is a journal specifically, which is what I thought, but your journey is more so focused on individual evolution at this time, and your purpose is to simply share your being and be open with your being rather than striving, working hard. This is slow but steady and long-term growth coming toward you. And this death here is nothing to fear. I think that is like, I would not be opposed to having this card in this spread right here, because it just feels as exciting as you want life to be. Like, the element of excitement for you is in that how you view different situations and connections that come into your life as opportunities to grow, evolve, change, rather than I'm going to put out this project or I'm going to put out this product. Your impact, I think, has potential to evolve over time, but I think what you are being most drawn toward is slow and steady, individual, personal growth through a balance of rest and reflection on your own, as well as balancing receiving that through connection with others. Yeah. It feels like maybe specifics aren't warranted for you guys to hear in this situation. I think, if anything, the feeling I get from this last row is that of hope and of embracing the unknown, and how I think it's exciting. And I hope that you guys feel that way as well, knowing that what's ahead for you is going to be fun. Nonetheless, like, it's going to be fun. It's going to help you evolve, and you are going to be in a very steady, stable place because of it. Yeah. So pile 3, let's go ahead and end the reading with some advice and guidance from your spirit animals. And I went ahead and pulled these at the start. You guys got 4 cards, so we'll go ahead and pull and see how they relate to the message. Electric Eel Spirit with Bring Your Ideas to Life. Mouse Spirit with Tend to the Small Things. Rabbit Spirit with Now is a Lucky Time. And one more. We had Porcupine Spirit with Time for a Beginner Mind. Yeah. Speaking on nurturing the smaller aspects in your life, or not necessarily pursuing big, extroverted, like outwardly apparent projects, but rather bringing, I want to say this is kind of like bringing your intentions and your feelings and your desires to the surface. Not, I want to say setting fire to them, but rather, since this is heavily like associated with emotional aspects, this gives me the image of like setting fire to water, essentially, which means boiling water. Like, in some way you are activating a higher intensity to your emotions, and you are, like, the chemistry is changing. I don't know if that's, I guess that is true. When water boils, it steams and evaporates. The chemistry of your emotional being is being adjusted. That fiery aspect coming through has to do with living unapologetically through your desires and nurturing your own self first before others, tending to the small things. The Wheel of Fortune, and we have the Rabbit Spirit with Now is a Lucky Time. I would embrace that fact. I would appreciate that and accept it into your life every day, because I see that your future has a lucky aspect to it, in which you are presented with so-called challenges or help that is divine in what it is meant to do for you in specific times. Like, luck is on your side. You are in tune with that as well. And you are safe to embrace the fact that you can create a solid foundation on luck. With the beginner mind, this is definitely an elevation and ascension for you. This is something to look forward to, what came through for your future. And so you might find yourself back at a square one of sorts with time for a beginner mind. But I think it is so exciting in the time. Like, it is so perfect in its timing, perfect in its presentation, to which you're not afraid to take a step back and try new things, such as with Two of Cups. Open yourself up to new experience, to change, to evolution, to luck and fortune, and your entire being, I feel, is going to be on a path toward elevation and toward ascension. Yeah. So just the energy in this reading was very sure to me and very affirming toward the qualities that you feel are your best, essentially. And I hope that this uplifted you in your spirit, and it allowed you to appreciate how you show up in the world, as well as what is coming towards you inevitably. The abundance, the room for growth, the potential, the grace with which you will go about all of it. All of that is beautiful and something that you can look forward to. And I hope that these messages were what you needed to hear. Leave a comment letting me know how you felt, and I'd love to connect with you on it. But otherwise, I hope that you have a beautiful day. I hope you take care of yourself, and I will see you in your next reading. Bye!